How are you?
I'm doing well. It's so good to see you. I'm glad to have you on the show. Welcome.
Likewise, likewise. I missed your smile. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, yours too. It's been forever since we see each other in
I
person.
know, I know, right? It's crazy. I need this COVID stuff to stop it. Stop it.
Right. Like
It's my
it,
friend.
it's hindering life right now.
Right, right. This is making us do life all the way different.
Right, right. But we're managing. I say I'm managing. How are you managing during this time period?
I am managing. I'm making the most of what I got.
Hey, that's all we can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, absolutely. So to introduce you to the audience who should already know who you are, but if they don't, we're gonna tell them who Tasha LaRae is.
There we go.
So you are a Midwest girl, an Atlanta transplant, like so many people, including myself.
Mm-hmm.
You started here in Atlanta as a background vocalist, a session singer, a songwriter. I know
Mm-hmm.
during that time is when I met you in all of those capacities.
Yes, yes.
But you are also a solo artist who has released 2 EPs, a boatload of singles, and most recently your LP Tasha back in 2019, where you
Mm-hmm.
really embraced house music. So
Yes.
what drew you to house music?
So it was the energy and there's something about the pulse of the music, and then the lyrics. Like I've heard some inspirational stuff. In Atlanta, you can go to different places to hear DJs spinning house music. So people like DJ Kemet and Salah,
Yeah.
you hear them spin some stuff, and like that mix. There's something about those positive lyrics with that driving music that pierces you in your heart. Like it gets your heartbeat going. I was like, that music, once I was introduced to that, I was like, this is where I live. This is
Oh,
where
yeah.
I thrive. This is me. I love it right here.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think you hit the nail on the head. The combination of those uplifting lyrics with that pulse that just keeps you moving, literally, for hours.
Literally, yes.
And I feel like that's the perfect musical, or one of the perfect musical spaces for you, because you are such a person of light, and your voice is so powerful. I love hearing you in house music, so it's amazing. Absolutely. Oh, Jacob Chopper said, "Is she from Chicago? Where are you from, Tasha?"
I am from Omaha, Nebraska.
There
Born
we
and
have
raised.
it. There we have it. So did little Tasha in Omaha see herself being in music?
Yes, she did. She
Okay.
did. Like I started singing when I was really young, and then my mom is a singer too. So my first kind of music teacher was my mom. So I would just follow her around the house singing whatever she sang. And then once I got older, I got into music in school, and then just doing like talent shows, being around my friends, those type of things. And once I got to high school, I got into drama, so the whole drama club of being able to sing in musicals. Because I was like, I
Okay.
don't mind being on stage. Like I'll do some talking, but I need to make sure I'm singing something. If I just have
Gotcha.
to talk, that's boring to me. I can't do that.
So what musicals were you in?
I got to play Eveline and the Wiz. That was my very first musical ever, and literally I heard the soundtrack, the original soundtrack to the musical first. And when I heard No Bad News, I said, who sings No Bad News? That's whoever part that is, that's what I want to play. And
That's
so
me.
I got to be the Wicked Witch. Yes, honey, Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh man, I need that to happen now for adult Tasha.
Yes, that would be so much fun.
Oh my goodness. So I left out one part of your career that's pretty massive. You
Okay.
have been a part of the Arrested Development Collective, two-time Grammy-winning Arrested Development Collective since around 2007, 2008. What has that journey been like?
Oh my gosh, that was a ride around the world, probably 2, 3, 4 times.
Right.
It was an amazing, amazing experience. Being with all of my family on stage and seeing the world, a lot of places for the very first time. It was an experience I will never ever forget, and I will always be thankful for. But yeah, I toured with the band for about 12 years, and it's kind of like a crash course into music. The whole life of being a full-time musician, and the whole ride that you go on, and it was an amazing experience.
The funny thing is, I would see you in town here and there, and I'd be like, Tasha, you're actually here. you're in
Right.
town.
Exactly. I'll probably be in Japan somewhere or something.
Right. You're usually like, yeah, I'm leaving next week for New Zealand or Japan or
Right.
something. I love it. I
Exactly.
love it. So what have you learned from that crash course that you
Mhm.
take into your solo artistry?
So I think the number one thing I've learned from that is what it truly means to be an authentic artist, really standing behind the message that you represent and communicating that in a global way and being
Mhm.
effective to it. At first, when I thought of, just being in Omaha, not really have traveled anywhere, I think my thought process was a little narrow-minded. And once I started meeting other people from other cultures and different religions and various backgrounds, it helped me to see that the music I wanted to create, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't alienating people to a
Gotcha.
certain extent, because you can't make your music for everybody. That's not going to
Of
be a
course.
thing. But I wanted to make sure that the people that I wanted to reach, that I wasn't excluding somebody in that thing. So that Arrested Development gave me this global perspective of the world that is unlike anything I've ever experienced before.
Wow. And you mentioned that inclusive aspect that you want to have in your music. I think
Mm-hmm.
house is a great atmosphere for that because house music just brings so many different types of people together, you know?
Mm-hmm. It definitely does, and it makes me even now. It makes me look at how 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 shows are done now,
Mhm.
and it makes me see my stage differently. So even once it's safe for all of us to travel and perform more, I'm excited to explore a few new things to see what that new stage is going to look like. So I can see
Okay.
it in my head. We're going to see what it looks like in real life.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention Ear Jeans and all of these other ventures that you have. There we go. There we go. That you have going on. So tell us about how you, as an artist, express yourself outside of music.
So that was a beautiful way to be able to kind of take a break from music without leaving the creativity side. Being a full-time musician, it's great when you're on the road and when you're traveling, but sometimes you're home a lot more than when you're traveling, so you still want to bring some extra income in. And it's hard to go work a 9 to 5 and then be like, okay, tomorrow I'm leaving to go out of the country for 3 weeks. I'll be back and please have my wait. That
Right.
don't work.
Hold my job.
Just hold my job. I'll be right back. So I started a few different businesses. Like I had been interested in entrepreneurship for a while. I tried a bunch of different stuff. I was selling like telecom service and I even sold Mary Kay. I was just trying to figure the entrepreneur thing out. But after I joined Arrested Development, I started Ear Jeans. I started making jewelry for myself to wear on stage. Once I got off stage, then people would come up to me and be like, "Oh my God, I love your earrings. Can I buy them or can I trade you?" One lady traded me a pair, I'll never forget this, a pair of sterling silver hoop earrings. She traded me out her ears for a pair of denim earrings and asked me if I would autograph the back of them. So when
Wow.
that happened, I was like, yeah, we're going to go home and make this a business.
Right.
So I started
There is
making
money to
jewelry.
be made.
Exactly. There's a market here. So I was selling jewelry for a long time. Still make jewelry to this day. But I started that e-com business, and then that entered me into the whole world of e-commerce. Period. Because at that time it was still fairly new for all of us. Even now it's still kind of new.
Sure.
But yeah. So I got interested in that, and then later on I started doing T-shirts, and I helped some businesses start. Which I didn't know that I would ever do anything like that. But some people that wanted to start a craft business or a t-shirt business, like I've been able to help people do it. And then, yes,
Yeah.
sorry, it's
Yeah.
raining up here, so I don't know if you saw the
Oh,
light
okay.
flicker.
I did
And
for a second.
oh, okay, yeah. But it's just all of that. Like you just kind of go with the flow a little bit, but also allow yourself to stretch, and you start to learn there are other things you're capable of doing that you might not have ever given yourself that chance to do. So it's been like I said, it's been an amazing ride all the way.
That is incredible. I know a
Yay.
lot of us are stretching and growing even more now that we're kind of quarantining still. I don't know what we're doing. Um, but it's just a weird time.
It is.
So yeah, hopefully we'll find our new normal soon. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, let's jump into this song list.
Hey,
Lots of
and
fun
hold on.
songs.
It's a lot of people in the comments. Hey, y'all. I don't want to ignore y'all. Let's see
Yeah,
what
yeah,
Jay
we're so
said.
sorry. Hey, commenters. Hello,
Yeah.
everybody.
How are y'all? Oh, and I see some of my friends too. Hey, friends, all of y'all. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. We gotta say hello to all the friends. So we're gonna
Yes.
play some music for all the friends. We're gonna
Okay.
start with your list of 5 songs. The first one is Boogie Wonderland by Earth,
Yes.
Wind, and Fire, featuring the Emotions, who
Yes.
do not get their due, by the way. The Emotions,
They do not.
oh my gosh. Yes.
They
So we're
don't.
gonna play a little bit of that, and then we're gonna talk about it, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Everybody,
Nothing like it. Oh my gosh. And that video. Have you ever seen the video?
I didn't know there was a video. I
There
was I
is.
was today years old when I learned that.
I am going I'm going to send you this video and I'm just gonna say you're welcome. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you in advance.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I'm making myself a note right now.
I appreciate you for the education. So tell me, how did that song change your life besides just being incredible?
So now the second part is I'm gonna say the second part later because this kind of happened a little bit later. But the very first time I heard that song, I was a young girl. My mom had this extensive record collection, and I remember that album cover. And it was just bright and festive colors, and I was just like, "Who is this? Who is this?" So I put the record on, and as soon as that song came on, like Saturday morning, you cleaning house and all that stuff. Like when you're a kid, I don't know if you had when you were a kid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was Saturday mornings for us. And my mom would put that record on, and we would dance around the whole house with a broom, dustpan, whatever you got, dishcloth, whatever. But we're dancing and singing on. There was something about that song that just felt like home for me. Every time I listen to the song, like it's a song I listen to when I need to feel centered, or when I feel like I've doubted myself, when I feel like I don't feel normal, I don't feel equal, like stuff just feels off. I literally listen to that song so I could just feel balanced again. But there's just something about the energy in that song. It is literally my very, very hands down favorite song of all time. Like one single song. If I only had one for the rest of my life, it's that song.
There it is. That one.
That's it.
I love it. I love it. So that seems to be a common thread with all of my guests that I've spoken to. There's usually that one song that's kind of like a musical tether that just pulls you back to who you are. And it sounds like this song is that for you.
It is. I mean, to me, it's like to me that song is what optimism feels like. It's what living life to the fullest feels like. You just kind of let go. And then what's interesting is that song that's disco. It's got that vibe to it. And now that I'm doing house all these years later, I was like, wow, I don't know if there was always that, it's supposed to be or what, but it just does something for me.
Right, right. It was meant to be. It was
Exactly.
meant to be. So wait, you said there was a part 2 to the story,
That was the part 2. Yep,
that was part
the
2.
part 2. Mm-hmm.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So everything comes full circle. Disco was part of your origins, and now house music is part of your current and your future.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it. So the next song on your list is another classic. I mean, the song don't get no better than this. Lovely Day by Bill Withers, y'all. We're going to listen to just a little bit of that, and then we're going to talk about it.
All right. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh my gosh. So tell me about it, Tasha. How did that song change your life?
It's a feel good song. That's
Yeah.
just another feel good, everything's gonna be all right type of song. And oh hey honey, what's the Alpha Clothiers? Is that how you say that? Hey.
Hello.
Oh, Fina's on here too. Hey Fina. But what I learned, I started doing a little bit of studying of Bill Withers and realizing that his career started in his 30s.
Yes.
And he wrote the most simplest melodies with everyday lyrics, and it made his music is so profound. And I love listening to him when I feel like I'm overthinking things too much. I listen to Bill, and he's just like, "Sis, pull it back." Make pull it back. I don't know if he would have said sis, but
right. But that's what you said to yourself.
Yes. So I listened to him, and he's like, you know what? You're overthinking it. It doesn't have to be that complicated. Make it simple. And it just, that song, I love it. I listen to music. It's for my like encouragement and inspiration. and definitely to help keep me grounded. So yeah.
For sure, for sure. I'm inspired by Bill Withers too. You mentioned that he was a little bit older, a little bit farther along in years when he really started his career and really took off. And he did. He kept things simple, not only in his musical presentation, but also his persona. He was very much kind of guy next door singing a simple song that made you feel real good.
Exactly.
So how do you take that and balance it with the entertainment aspect? Of course, you know, you're a great show person on stage, but how do you balance that in keeping yourself as Tasha centered, versus also entertaining the audience and being a grand persona?
Yeah, so that's something that I struggle with sometimes, because there are sometimes that I feel like when I jump on stage, I have to be more than what I already am. And then there are other moments where I'm just like, you know what? I'm enough just as I am. And going on stage, being authentically who I am and believing in the messages that I'm sharing through music and making sure I deliver that. Like once you take care of that, making sure that I give my audience what I believe they're looking for, or what it is that I want them to have. Let's put it that way. When I do that and I deliver that, I feel like everything else kind of falls into place. But being a part of Arrested Development, that helped with that piece too, because that's a really high energy show. You're interacting with the audience, and that taught me that really, really fast, is just how to jump in and engage with people. But people connect to authenticity every time. So as long as you're being authentic, everything will take care of itself.
There it is. So there's the key, y'all, authenticity. Awesome. Awesome. So the next song on your list takes us overseas to the UK. You've got Days Like This by Sean Escoffery, the Spinner and Tickler mix in particular. We're going to listen to that, and then we're going to talk about it, all right?
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, my.
I see Kimmy Renee is dancing. She's giving us all the dancing emojis. I love it. I love it. So tell me how that song changed your life and influenced who you are.
So that was the song that I heard on the dance floor at, I believe we're at Cafe Circa.
Okay.
Don't remember what year this was, maybe 2010, 2011, something like that. But we were at Cafe Circa. It was a group of my friends, and DJ LaRae was spinning.
Yes. Yes.
When he played that song, we were all already on the dance floor. But that song came on, and everybody around me started singing it to the top of their lungs, and they were all dancing. And in that moment, I felt like I understood what house music meant to people.
Yeah.
Because even when I first started listening to house, people would listen. There were some songs I was like, I don't get it. Why? Like there was something about it I just didn't understand. I knew what I was attracted to, but I didn't understand what made that song connect with people. And once I heard that one, I was like, I get it. And then I think shortly after that, he played the Clark Sisters, a remix to "You Brought the Sunshine," and we like,
perfect.
I was like, okay, this is where I live. So that literally was that defining moment for me, where it was solidified. I was like, you know what, yeah, house is where it's at. But that song, another one, feel good songs, just uplifting.
Absolutely. And it's interesting that you mentioned the Clark Sisters, because there's something about house music experience that feels worshipful, that feels like it is spiritual. The movement of the body, the singing, the repetition, it does feel spiritual in that way.
It definitely is. And if you've ever gone to like a club or something to listen to a DJ play and the dance floor is packed with people, you will see that on the face of every person that is like drenched in sweat, you know, got a towel around then they stuffed in their back pocket or something, dancing on some baby powder. Like you will see it.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Like it is the real deal. So yeah.
So does that set the bar really high for you when you're creating your own house music?
It did in the beginning, and it was frustrating.
Okay.
Figure out, you know, trying to navigate my space. You know, I was more comfortable writing soul and R&B. So bringing that house, like starting to write for house was, it was a bit challenging at first, but I had a cool group of people around me to help kind of, you know, navigate me through it, and it was fine. So now I can jam to it and not feel guilty.
Got you. Understood. And so I definitely know you as a songwriter. You are an amazing songwriter. Your first couple of house singles were actually covers. I Wish I Didn't Miss You, famously done by Angie Stone. And was it I Need Your Lovin', right, by Tina Marie?
Yes, I Need Your Lovin' by Tina Marie.
Okay.
But what I did was, even before those two singles, I think those were the first two that I started to gain a little more notoriety as a house vocalist.
Okay.
I was probably about 4 or 5 like songs that I actually wrote. Before, but those kind of like, it was like, all right, this is kind of like the stamp thing. And once I did that, like, I totally forgot the question you asked me. Ask me again.
No, you're fine. Take it wherever you need to take it.
I forgot. I want to make sure I was answering the question.
No. It was just I know you as a songwriter. I know that you create your own original music. But what made you decide to do covers when it came to creating house music?
I got you. Okay, thank you. So even like how I said, how I wrote, my first couple of singles that I released were songs that I actually wrote. But when you're a new artist breaking into the industry, no matter what genre you're in, a lot of times the way that you can get your core audience to be familiar with you is to sing something that they already have a connection to. Now, you don't want to take a classic song and try to redo it and mess it all up, because then that'll mess you up a whole different way. But taking a real good song, like I took those 2 songs were not an easy feat to take on by any means. And I definitely felt a lot of pressure to make sure I did it justice, but I made sure that I kept the integrity of the song. I did add my own flavor to it, but I did it in a tasteful way I felt most that didn't compromise the integrity of the song. But with those 2 songs, it helped people be like, okay, yeah, I really like her now. Like, that type of vibe. But sometimes it just takes something a little familiar. And then once people are familiar with their voice, then they're like, okay, what do you do? Let me hear more of you by yourself. Something I've never heard before. So then I'm more open. Hey,
Twine. Hello. Excellent. So that sounds like some smart marketing to me. Come on, music business.
Yes. Switch it up for the people.
That's what I'm talking about. A little tip for y'all. All right now. So the next song brings us back stateside, but is a classic, is one of my favorites. It always feels good. This is just a whole feel-good list, y'all. So you're going to feel good tonight. Summer Soft by Stevie the Wonder.
Yes, the Wonder.
The Wonder, absolutely. We're going to listen to a little bit, and I'm going to try not to play the whole thing, and then we're going to talk about it.
Stevie is nothing to play with. Nothing. Hey, Jenny Jen. Yeah. Stevie is the truth forever.
Yes.
Forever.
Yes. That's right, Jam Girl. That's right, Jen. In all caps. In all caps.
All caps. Yes. And Twine said he's the GOAT. That's exactly it. Now that's how
Absolutely.
you should okay. Everybody
Come on, modulation.
Like
Come on.
Everybody can't change a key like that and stay with it now.
Oh, that sounds like a whole sermon. Let's talk about it. No.
I'm just saying. Yes, Stevie is the master. Oh my gosh. And he literally is he's my favorite songwriter. And I love his artistry as well. And the catalog of music that he has, Golden Lady. Oh my God, we could literally go down the list of all the great songs. And even the soundtracks that he's written on that some people might not even listen to. It's just, it's amazing. You can still discover Stevie music. There's always discover. No matter how much stuff you think you already know, you'll find an album or hear a record. You'll be like, wait a minute, where was this at? Yeah.
Right. For sure.
What did you say?
You know what? Oh, okay. Log off, Jen. Log off.
Jen, give me your phone. Give me, you go time out. Jen, go time out.
Time out, Jen.
Yes. Oh my God. And Rocket Love. Yes. Rocket Love. Love that song.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to go to sleep listening to Stevie tonight.
Right. Just go down a whole Stevie road.
Whole thing. You just let the music play and just sing along, even if you don't know what the words mean. some of the words
I
I
love
use.
that song in particular because he plays with textures there, the dynamics. And I think sometimes, especially in modern music, those dynamics are missing. You know, everything is a loop. There's nothing wrong with a loop, but everything is a loop.
Me. But yes, you're absolutely you are absolutely right. Like those textures matter. And even if you listen to the lyrics that he's singing, and then the way he switches up his voice to either match it or counter it, takes it to a whole other level too. You know what I mean? Like it really adds musicianship. It just takes it to a whole nother level, and it gives you a greater experience. Excuse me, a greater experience as a listener.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there is so much to learn from Stevie. Like we all can just glean lessons upon lessons from that master.
Absolutely. And Jennifer, she just mentioned it too. This song, You Haven't Done Nothing. Like he was able to do love songs, political songs, and even writing music that helped to pass laws. Like seriously, like bringing a holiday into just the power of music, the power. So yeah.
Right, the ultimate power of music. The funny thing is, I've been doing this show since the beginning of May. So at this point, we're almost at 20 shows. Stevie has been on pretty much everybody's list.
Yeah.
In one song or another, Stevie has appeared multiple times. Like that is the impact of a true icon.
It really is. And that music will transcend his life for generations and generations to come.
Absolutely.
It's that is true artistry. That's making it count. For all the stuff we got to go through to put this music out here, that's the type of longevity I want.
Listen, tell the people, Tasha, what do you go through to make music? I thought it was easy.
Honey, that's a whole nother. You made me grab my side ponytail.
Come on, side ponytail. Wait. Let's take a minute for the side ponytail.
Yes.
Let's give it a moment. A moment. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, let's talk about the music.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, like this is it's not easy by any means. Stick with it. You do.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. When it's a calling, you know it and you can't let it go.
Absolutely.
Even when you want to sometimes.
Okay. I think I did that for the first 4 or 5 months. I was like, I'm done. That's it. I'm about to be a town.
I quit.
And then I bought recording equipment. So yeah, we keep it going.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that you're keeping it going. And that brings us to the final song on your list, which is one of your songs. Yay! We get to hear Tasha LaRae music. This is Till You Get There by you, Tasha LaRae, and Jihad Muhammad.
Yes.
Yes. So we're going to listen to it, and then we're going to talk about it.
Yes, and Alpha Club. Thank you for that shout out too. You put in there, Find My Way Till You Get There. Friday Feeling. Yes, sir.
I love it. See, they know the music. Yes.
I appreciate it. Yes. Come on, Jim, with the I Can't Dance 2-step.
I Can't Dance 2-step. We need you to go live, Jen, and show us how that goes.
Yes.
Go live and give us instructions on how we do that, Jen.
And she'll do it too.
I believe it. I want to see it.
Kim, right. Kim, thank you so much.
Yes. So, of all of your music, why that particular song? Why'd you choose that one for your list?
So that song for me, now I've written a lot of songs even before I got to that point. But during the time that I wrote that song, I was going through the process of creating a new CD, which this will probably be the last physical CD I actually press up in my hand. The rest are probably digital for the rest of my life. But I was going through that process and wanting to make sure that everything was right. I was putting a lot into this project, and a lot of times people would tell me not to put too much in it because, the return on investment might not be that great and blah, blah, blah. This whole album meant something to me. And that one particular song, I wrote the lyrics because I wanted to encourage others that were on that journey. And at the same time, I was talking to myself. And I wrote that song. That song probably wrote itself in about 20 minutes. But wow. I remember sitting there with a pen and paper in my hand, and I was just crying and writing the lyrics out. So I'm writing, and it took me forever to get past that part that says, what is it? I can't remember the part, but it said, this won't always be how it's gonna be. I'm mad that I forgot the line right before that. But just that spot in and of itself, like I was feeling like, is this all that's gonna be? You know, is this as far as my career is gonna go? You know, is this as far as my reach is gonna be? Will it get any better? Will I get better results? And it's like, no, this isn't gonna be how it always, like this won't be always. So writing that lyric was healing, and even just writing the entire song, it allowed me to heal as I was going through that process, and it helped push me through. So even now, sometimes I'll listen to it and I'll still cry because you know, it's just this relief of wow, you know, being on the other side of it now. So yeah, so I'm thankful for that song. Thankful that I got to be the person to write it. I don't take that lightly.
It's amazing how you can kind of minister to yourself sometimes with your own music.
Mm-hmm.
That is incredible. So
Exactly.
all of that effort and time and funds that went into creating that project, your Tasha LP, it definitely came back to you because TrackSource named your album one of the top 100, actually number 15 on the 100 albums of 2019, and named you top 5 vocalists for 2019. How did that feel?
That felt amazing. That was absolutely amazing. Because there's a lot of people that release a lot of music. So even to be on that list, I was really thankful for that. And it meant that as many people as I could possibly reach got the music so far at that point. And I'm thankful for that.
Amazing. Amazing. So before we go, Tasha, what's next for you?
So more music. I'm actually recording some new stuff now. And so I'm featured on a few people's projects, and then working on a new body of work that the songs are inspired by things that I've experienced during this pandemic, and finding a way to still remain optimistic, even during a climate where there's nothing about what's happening in our climate right now that says optimism.
Yeah.
You know, like there's nothing. So it's just like finding your own hope when it's hard to see any. So I'm looking forward to that. And then hopefully whenever we can start doing shows, I need to see somebody concert. Whew.
Please. We need you to be on the stage. I need to be on the stage. We just all need to be on stages.
Need to be on stage. We need to be on stage.
Yes.
And Fina is on here too. I just recorded some music with her. Fina's an amazing poet, and she has a song coming. I believe it's in September. Correct me if I'm wrong, Fina. But her and I are on the song together, and it's amazing. So it's poetry and singing and house, and it is for the people. It's amazing.
Fina, you holding out on me?
Yeah.
I ain't heard that one, Fina. I can't wait to hear it. And so you showed us the CD earlier. Give us the Vanna Black with the Tasha CD. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Beautiful, beautiful. So where can we get that? Because we need that.
Yeah, so if you still buy CDs and you like to read the liner notes, then I'll personally autograph a copy for you and send it to you. You can just go to TashaLaRae.com, and I believe this should be right on the front page. If it's not, I will make sure once we get off of here that I fix that. But yeah, but you can order them online. And it's available anywhere music can be streamed, downloaded, whatever. It's on all the platforms across all the spaces. So it's there, and there's 13 songs. It's all house music, and these are the radio edits. So they're about 3.5 to 4 minutes long. You're not going to get like a 12-minute song on this album.
Awesome. So it's gonna make you feel good. Well, I think Jen is speaking in tongues at this point. You taking her somewhere?
So let me read that for you because I speak fluent, jam girl. Let me tell you that.
Go ahead. Tell me about it.
Basha, Tasha, Basha. Literally, every time I call her, that's how she answers the phone.
I love it. Oh, shout out to Jen and Fina and everybody else that has been on during this live and put in comments. Thank you so much.
Yes, and if Jacob, I missed what he was on here. Twine was on here too. But thank you all for hanging out. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. So thank you for being on here tonight. Before we go, last but not least, where can people find you? Social media.
Social media on Instagram, I am at Miss Tasha LaRae, MSTASHALARAE. That is my #1 favorite place to be. So I think I update that more than anything else. But I'm also on Facebook at Tasha LaRae. And then Twitter is Tasha LaRae. And those are the things, I believe. Yeah.
Those are the things.
Those are the things. Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. Glad we could carry you through a tough moment. And oh man, that was touching. That was touching.
Yes. Oh, and Jason, where can they get your stuff? How about that? How about that?
How about that? Well, what they can do is, hey, visit the link in my bio, Linktree/Jason Pure, and you can get your streaming, you can get your downloads, you can get your Music Changed My Life t-shirt, the official shirt of the 5 Songs Show. I got all kind of stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you for that question.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, Natalie. Oh, okay. Now, who is Alpha Clothiers? Is that how you say that? What's your name? Thank you, and I love you.
So. Is that right? Alpha Clothiers? Yes. Thank you for joining in.
Yes. I
but thank you
by name, but that's fine. Yes, thank you. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Tasha, love you so much. Thank you so much for being on the show.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Can't wait to see you in person when COVID goes the heck on.
Exactly. Okay, go all the way away.
Well, you have a good night. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Bye.